right now with a single member LLC owner, taxed as a disregarded entity, and they file a sole proprietorship Schedule C tax return. And California has deemed income from the sale of a single member LLC as source income to the state. Source income is taxable to the state, irregardless of your state of residence. So bottom line, what we advised our client to do in the year before he was going to sell his interest in the company is we had him bring in a partner. He ended up gifting a small percentage of ownership in the company to his California manager who ran the business for him. He's actually a long time, he's lived in Southern Nevada for a handful of years and seldom goes to California. He's been able to run his business from his Nevada home. By doing this, he's able now to turn around and sell that company, his interest in the company, and that will not be taxable to California. Now, another distinction I want to point out is source income. Source income is taxable to the state. So real estate owned in California, irregardless of where you live, is taxable to California when it's sold. That's source income. An example would be real estate owned in California. When that real estate is sold, it's taxable to California regardless of your state of residence. One other point there is that in California, they deem the sale of assets by a company or an entity, an LLC, a partnership, or a corporation, to be sourced income to the state because the California entity is selling the assets. So in this regard, we wanted to sell the member's interest or the partnership interest or the interest in the corporation, not the assets. We had another situation where we had a taxpayer, a client, approach us to turn around and help him. And unfortunately, we were not able to help him because he did the planning after he sold the interest. And what he did was he was a longtime Nevada resident. He had a 500 unit apartment complex in Nevada. He ended up moving to California, and then he sold his interest in the apartment complex in Nevada. Well, because he changed his residence, he's now a resident of California. Your worldwide income is taxable to your state of residence. So he ended up having to pay tax on the sale of the Nevada property, which he was not expecting. He was not our client to start with, and unfortunately, we were not able to assist him because he didn't do the planning. So something else that you should consider is the cost of taking an aggressive position that you cannot properly document. The cost of an audit, the cost of an appeal, and or the cost of litigation could be more than the initial tax that you would owe to the state. So be careful in making your planning decisions. And my best advice to you is to engage a Singer Lewack partner, get them involved early to help plan a defendable tax strategy based on your unique situation.